Okay, so Article number 1 class actually it talks about the rights to equality. Okay, so we should treat every individual equally with the dignity and the rights of a human as a human endowed with conscience and rationality. We should avoid discrimination or underestimation towards one another. Rather, we should act in the spirit of brotherhood or should act towards one another with love and respect. Okay, so that's article number 1. How about article number 2? So kindly read, Jason Tenio, and explain about article number 2.
Article number 2, everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political opinions, national or social origin, creed, or their other status. This article basically implies that regardless of our human difference, differences, we are entitled to have the rights. We are equal before the law, and we are entitled without any discrimination. So whatever you are, you have this right. You have our right.
Okay, so very well said, Jason. Thank you so much. So article number 2 class is all about, yes, freedom from discrimination. So this article gives so much emphasis on the freedom from discrimination. Whatever status of life you are into, sama sa kaging ni Jason, or whatever your choices in life, you should still be valued as a human person. You should um, you should be respected, whatever your color, sex, language, religion, and political opinion, in the sense that you have a dignity of a human person. So example class, katabi taong na ay transgender nga nag-CR siya sa CR sa babae tapos wala siya pasudla or gibawalan siya sa guard nga mag-CR sa kuan sa CR sa babae. So it's against her human rights as a transgender woman. Kaya nga naman class, kuan, kanang knowing, siguro ang guard said kay knowing nga lalaki jud siya, and kanang dili gid pwede ang laki sa CR sa babae basin mao na ang mentality sa guard yun. But then having her choice of being a transgender woman should be respected because it's her right. So mao na siya class gipusasan guro to siya, and na issue pag yun na siya kay murag naabot na siya sa kanang court ba. And then unsa pa nga example, so for example class kaning ato ang political opinions. So last May 9 di ba nag-election ta, so ang mga BBM supporters and Lene supporters kay nag-iniyahan ng sila og throw og mga negative nga mga storya, no, like kanang if mo post ka sa Facebook about your political kanang kuan kanang leader, kay i-bash dayon kadayon nganong kana siya nganong dahan kay istorya. So mura bitaw you are being kanang gikuhaan ka og katungod ba to post something on social media, kay lagi sayop ang imuha, para nila sayop ang imuha. So wala na kay freedom of expression ana, and wala na kay freedom of kanang choosing your uh, political leader. So by that way mura bitaw kanang ang mga tao karon is, or kanang inana nga situation kay gikwaan na nila o gikwaan na nato ang ato ang tagsa ka unsa man tagsa ka dignidad. So wala na tay gi-value nga human rights. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on to article number 3. So everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of a person. Okay, so what do you mean by this? May I call on Villarta?
Yes, sir. So, in Article 3, everyone is entitled to life, liberty, and personal security. Instead of na-emphasize diri ang personal safety sa individual, it protects people's freedom against kanang mga um, unjustified nga mga, let's say, testament. we have the right to privacy. It implies na we cannot be kanang um, detained baron without a valid reason or monitor.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ms. Villarta. So article number 3 class, it talks about the rights to life, liberty, and personal security. So this article emphasizes that each individual has the right to live, to be free, and to be protected. This article supported that we should have no right to take other people's lives. So for example, murder or abortion. So murder and abortion are offending in this article. We have these moral and spiritual beliefs that only God can take away our lives, di ba? So, to respect human rights is to respect and value the lives of the other people. Now let's proceed to article number 4. Okay, no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. So, what do you mean by this? May I call on Montalvo, Ivy Marie.
Okay, sir. So good afternoon, everyone. So Article 4, no one shall be held in servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. So as we all know, slavery it is the act of um, following all commands of a person, mano, whether it is too much or not. And we all know that it is not good and that it is a bad act
Mm-hmm.
that should not be um, followed by all of us because slavery implies you took the right of the person to live without the heavy burden they lift in their back. And if ato yung hunahunaan ang slavery is kanang nadyo siya daghan nga rights na violate, no, like the right to the right to katong the right to life, katong the right to what do you call this, those other rights nga ma-connect nato um sa sa act of slavery. So that is why it is prohibited, because as what I have said earlier, it is not good and it only contributes nothing, sir, but harmful effects. That's all.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Montalvo. So that was correct. So article number 4 class, it is emphasizing on the importance of human dignity. Okay, in respecting human rights, we should not treat other people as slaves or any form of listening their dignity. Okay, so degrading other people and having superiority complex towards other people is a form of slavery. So example class kanang pagkabusi sa tao, no, naman siya mga tao nga busi kayo bisag kanang sugo nga mabuhat ra niya ba, so isugo pa jud niya sa siyang friend, siyang classmate. So naji mga inanak class, di ba? And also unsa pa, kining human trafficking. Okay, so ang kining human trafficking class kay it's a kind of a forced labor, no, tungod sa kawad-on sa tao. Ang tao, most especially kining mga young children and women, kanang mapugos na lang sila to traffic their own body. Okay, sometimes gani, no, ang ila ganing kaugalingong ginikanan ang mo force sa ilaha. So exposing their body class, like, you know, such as sex exploitation or commercial sex act, so it's against their human rights. Ikaw kuno maghubo atubangan sa computer atubangan, so like mura bitaw kag gikuan na nimo og dignidad imong self. Okay, so murag wala na kay value sa imong self because of your goal or because of your intention that makakwarta ka nga klase nga trabaho para na ay makasustain sa imong family. So because of poverty also, we tend to do things nga makawagtang sa tuang human rights, sa tuang dignidad. So that is article number 4. is all about class. Now let's move on to article number 5. So no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So what can you say about this article number 5? Uh, May I call on Labis Windelin?
Good afternoon, sir. No one shall be subjected to torture, or to cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment. So, um, what I understand from the Article 5 is that no one is deserved bitaw na i-torture pa natong ang example katong sa martial law, like without kanang proper or kanang without sa kanang inak kanang support, sir ba,
Mm-mm.
without the proper.
Jurisdiction?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Kay ya kanang kuan sa sir kanang punishing it's like punishing someone in accordance to the mistake or the katong silang mistake bitaw, sir.
Mm-mm.
Parang ganun.
Okay, so article number 5 plus. This article entails on the freedom from torture and degrading treatment. Okay, so this article class emphasizes that to respect human rights, we should value also people's emotion and avoid to inflict them pain, either emotionally or physically. So, for example, kanang child and women abuse. So that's a kind of torture. Kanang cyberbullying. It's a kind of torture. Okay? So, dapat ka ng mga butanga is ato ana siyang saman kanang likayan. So, let's proceed with the article number 6. So, everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Okay, so may I call on yes, Miss Pagubo.
Very good
So,
afternoon,
what can
sir.
you say about this article? Yes, Miss. Go on, Miss.
Sige. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Say, so, every person, kita man dyan tanan no, kay natay right to enjoy the person's human rights without discrimination. Undot dyan na siya. Sindot magpuyo na walay mo discriminate nimo. So, and every person is equal before the law and it is entitled to the equal protection. Dapat equal rin siya tanan of the law without discrimination. So, mo to dapat kanang pantay ra gid bitaw ang kanang treat sa mga tao sa imuha dapat respeta kung giunsa ka pag-treat sa usa ka tao mao sad rasad ang imuhang ibalik sa iya. Bernard.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Pagobo. So very well said. Okay, so this article class urges us to respect one another before the law. Okay, we should abide what the law has institutionalized on human rights. Okay, so if the law said that we should have no right to kill or to murder, then we must fully subject ourselves with that law or by that law. So we must abide that law because by abiding that law class, we are not just valuing human rights, but we are abiding on the context and the essence of human rights. So that's it with regards to the article number 6. Okay, so how about article number 7? It says here that all are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. Okay, so all are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. So what do you mean by this? Okay, may I call on uh, JN? JN?
Sir, can you
repeat the question, sir.
No, I'm not questioning, but uh, kanang any thoughts lang, miss, about article number 7? Unsay imong nasabtan sa article number 7? Mag ingon ana lang ba?
So, akong nasabtan, what I answer, akong nasabtan kay, before gani kanang journal, kanang mahulan ang usa ka tawo, they are given they are given protection po sa kanang government, like sa law, sir. Before, wala pa yung mga evidences, kuan, nakatag, naapod sila yung protection sa law.
Mm-mm. Okay, so thank you so much, Jian. So yes, article number 7, class, it entails the right to equality before the law. Okay, so not just the rights to recognition as a person before the law, but to respect human right, class, there should also be equality of each individual before the law. Okay, the law itself should be fairly justified in each individuals and should be fairly integrated. Okay, sa example, ani class no nga, mas mapriso pa ang pobre kumpara sa dato. So, naay injustice. Okay, nga nahitabo. Ngayon, tag dato no, bisag ang judge, pwede na siya bayaran og pila ka millions. Bisag ang lawyer. Pero kung ari kag pobre class, no, wala jay kwarta nga ikasuporta. So, at any cost, pwede gud siyang mapriso. So, injustice is not valuing human rights. Okay? It's destroying human rights, class. Okay. So, what is the significance of the first 7 articles of the UDHR? Okay, so may I call on John Ray Burden. Good afternoon, John Ray.
For me, the first 7 articles of the UDHR promote human rights and then work to advance equality for all people, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or political beliefs. The legal right to be protected from cruel treatment and to be treated fairly. That's
Okay, so thank you so much, John Ray. And also, class, it encapsulates the spirit of the so-called milestone document in the history of human rights. So, ano man ang milestone document, class? So, it is where the freedom, the value, the dignity, the color is being observed and respected. It is on the first 7 articles of the UDHR, class, where the human rights is valued. This um, these are essentials and basic needs of kanang human rights. Okay? So meaning these 7 articles, class, are kanang understandable education, no? Without the use of reasoning. It doesn't need to be understood in a complex way, but on a basic understanding and instinct as rational being will do help us comprehend the first article of the UDHR. So once nga mabasa na nato ini siya, class, dali ra jud kinato siyang masabtan jud. So dili na kinahanglan nga i-complicate pa bitaw siya or kinahanglan pag long na reasoning. So that's it. Okay, now let's proceed to the laws that protect human rights from technological advancement and ethical dilemma. So, ako lang siya i-discuss in your class, no? So first, ningon tag mga law that protect human rights. So daghang mga law nga protect sa human rights regarding no sa ato ang paggamit sa mga gadgets, sa technology and ethical dilemma. So first, we have the Republic Act of 10173. We have the Data Privacy Act of 2012. So this Republic Act, class, it is the policy of the state to protect the fundamental human right privacy of communication while ensuring the free flow of information, promote innovation and growth. So this law, class, protects our personal information. Kana bitang kana for example kasi kanang naay mga research nga kamo as respondents. So ang inyong respond ana, class, inyong mga gipangsuwat diha. So it is controversial, so i-keep na siya sa researcher because either way the researcher will be basta man kung iyan ang expose ang imong mga personal information, pwede na siyang makasuhan ani nga law. Exposing of personal information is against the Republic Act of 10173. So because kung imong personal information class is ma-expose na siya class, maba na siya first stage of crime yun. Kaya kung naila yung taong makibawas ng personal information, so possibly ikaw kay sundan ka or i-hack imong accounts or mga bank's accounts. So mao na siya class. Now we have the E-Commerce Act of 2000. So, or known as Republic Act of 8792. So, aims to facilitate domestic and international transactions through the utilization of electronic mediums and technology to recognize the authenticity and reliability of electronic documents. So, unsa may example ani class? So, say for example, ikaw no kanang nag-online shopping ka. So, ang imong bata day mo nagkuri-kuri sa imong cellphone class. Tapos nag-place order ang imong manghod or imong anak or imong paumangkon gamit ang imong account sa Shopee or sa Lazada without your consent. Nga matingala lang ka nga naabot sa inyo nga daghan kayo nga mga items, nga mga products nga wala ka nag-order. So, ang katong information plus nga na-save nila, nga nadawat nila, no, tungod sa pagkuri-kuri sa imong manghod o sa imong anak, pwede na ito lang gamiton plus to testify that you are purchasing their items. If modili gay class or if gaigaha jud kang ulo no nga di jud ikaw di ana nga di jud ikaw, so you will be isa man you will be filed by this law, E-Commerce Act of 2000. Pwede ka kasuhan ani nga law. Okay, so in ana class, so be careful jud sa paghuwam-huwam sa inyong gadgets, sa inyong mga manghud kay ang instances ana kay bawo na sila mo kuri-kuri sa inyong mga kuan, sa inyong mga applications. So unsa pa may example ani, so kanang mga kawatan og credit card. Okay? So kanang mga PIN number nato class, if ma-expose na siya, so it would be a first murag kanang first step sa mga kawatan bitaw class na ma-hack ang imong bank account, no? Ang imong kwarta kay i-purchase na nila, ipalit na nila kung silang gusto. Pero if ang katong kawatan, if matrace to siya, ang katong what you call that one, ang katong resibo or ang katong kanang kuan, katong resibo kay pwede to siyang mahimong evidence niya kini nga law ang mo process para ma-put into jail to siya nga kawatan. Then we have the Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act of 2009. So kini nga law class, it prohibits recording videos or taking photos of a sexual act, the male or female genitalia, and of the female breast, among others, without the consent of other persons featured in the material. So, kung ikaw namusok ka or nagkuha ka video or picture without the consent of that picture nga, of that person na imong gikuha og picture or video, pwede kang makasuhan ani class. Okay? Now we have the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Excuse me. So, kini siya nga act is it addresses crimes committed against and through computer systems. So kanang mga scams, kanang mga phishing, kanang mga piracy. Okay, so mao jud ay kasagaran no kanang mga cybercrime gud, kanang labaw na kanang mga bogus seller, mga bogus buyer, kanang mga pag-hack or pag-scam. So mao na siya class ang kasagarang mga kaso nga i-handle ani nga law. Then we have the expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2012. Okay, so an act to eliminate trafficking in persons, especially women and children, establishing the institutional mechanisms for the protection and support of trafficked persons, providing penalties for its violations and for other purposes. Okay, so kini pod siya nga law class is the same gyapon to siyang anti-trafficking law but gi-expand lang siya, murag gipalawman ba. So this law governs those people, those agency nga mo traffic og mga tao because of illegal job, no, katong gi-mention katong mga sex exploitation, katong kuan kanang mga inana nga klase nga trabaho class, so bawal jud kina siya, like it's against their human rights, it's against the human rights of a person, and it is punishable by law. Okay, ang kanang head anak niya or ang kanang nag-recruit ang mga tawhana. Then lastly, we have the Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009. So unsa man ni siya nga law class? So the law forbids child pornography as any representation of a child engaged in explicit sexual activities such as sexual intercourse or lascivious act and the likes. Okay, so this law protects from any child class to sexual and pornographic act involving children from any lascivious act is against human rights because aside from it, it is unethical and immoral because you expose the child from immorality and remove their innocence and dignity. So, honor. So, what is the essence of human rights, class? The essence and the significance of human rights. Okay, may I call on Bistudio Joyce. Miss Bistudio?
For me, the essence of life, there is human rights and without human rights, we are we no longer live like human. Like an animal. So that's why human rights what without
Okay, so thank you so much, Joyce. So yes, that was correct, no? So human rights, it became the basis of our actions in ethical and moral sense. We realize the negative and positive of our action class based on the rights that we have as humans. Its essence is to be valued and respected because human rights are the only thing that distinguish us as a rational being or a person. If we remove respect or if we don't value human rights class, it seems that we don't value anymore or becoming a human. Okay? We lost the essence of our humanity if we unable to show value and respect to each individual's human rights. So that is the significance and essence of human rights. Now let's proceed with this topic, humans versus robots. Okay, so here, so what is your insights and thoughts on this movie clip that was being presented to you? So naana siya yung movie clip class. I hope you watch it. So unsay imong masulti? Uh, yes, may I call on Bukong Jillian?
human being.
Mm.
Creating robots na may mga social problem na
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Bukong. So yes, that was correct, no? So based on the video clip class, it is vividly emphasized how robots enslave humanity, how they work and acted against the humanity, or how they fight against humans. Okay, so due to the power of technology, the acts of man became more uncontrollable. Okay, it blinded him to the point that his invention, which is these robots, okay, these robots will able to work against him. So technology class, if without limits and control, will become harmful to humans. It will not just enslave humanity, but will able or capable to remove humans in the sphere of life. So, nindot kina siya nga sa Lida Class. It was my first murag fiction movie na ako adyang gina-watch gid. So, nindot ko siya moral lesson to class. So, what do you mean by artificial intelligence? Do you have any idea, Miss Punggautan, what is artificial intelligence? Okay, class. So, wala si Miss Punggautan, no? Okay. So, speaking of artificial intelligence, class, so it is the ability of a digital computer controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. Okay, so robots, usually designed like human beings, are created to perform complex, repetitive, or dangerous tasks. So if we say artificial, it is not natural. So it is controlled and programmed by humans. So mo na ang kuan ang artificial intelligence. So naa siya mga advantages class. So first, the advantages of AI, so increased efficiency. So it means if we apply AI in the working industry class, for example, mas paspas sila mo trabaho o dali sila mahuman sa ilang trabaho kasi nga naman. So because of the energy that they have, dili ba sila batiyo ng kakapoy class. Then we have improved workflows. So speaking of workflow class, it is the series of activities that are necessary to uh, complete a task. So EIs has this capacity of accomplishing a task without compromising other tasks. So they are capable of doing tasks according to the procedures and steps accurately and precisely. So we have lower human error rates, deeper data analysis, and 24/7 availability. And we have the disadvantages of EI class. So first, increase in unemployment. Okay? So, since AIs are more efficient and accurate to work than human class, so possible humans will be unemployed or would be jobless. So the future will come and many of the industrial companies would prefer to install AIs or robots in their working industry in order to aim for productive working efficiency and success of the company. Then EI is high cost. Okay, so medyo may kamahalan jud class ang AIs or ang robots. AI would I think would cost up to 1 million US dollars. So imo na siya i-times into 50 pesos or 45 baron ang value sa dollars at tuwa. So it takes time for the company class to be more richer or developed in order that they can install or purchase an AI. Then AI has no creativity, make human lazy, and most especially no ethics. So, why unemployment is the only one of the many ethical considerations in the widespread use of AI class? May I call on Salundagit, Lady Win. So why unemployment is the only one of the many ethical considerations in the widespread of AI? So ano ka ang unemployment man?
AI, artificial intelligence, because we are controlled by the invention of technology, which created by robot. Um, the manual labor is lacking na, especially in millennial times, and the unemployment is um, kulang na yun siya, and especially um, in the 21st century, we are more on machines and more risky and
applicable na na siya sa ato ang karon because we are more high-tech and it's needed for our society and we are aiming for development. That's all.
Okay, so very well said, Miss Salundakit. Thank you so much. So, we can say class unemployment because sama sa mga kuan class kanang situation sa BPO industry. Okay? So, technology class enables the growth of the BPO industry, but it seems that it is also technology that will kill the industry. Ano man? So, investors and business people class find as a sure what's it kana return of investment the use of the business analytics provided by the artificial intelligence. So, business analytic class is a means by which consumer and industry data are used to come up with a better decision making. So with the help of AI, so decision now arise from sophisticated statistical analysis made from a massive data. So mas capable si AI na mubuhat o massive data sa business analytics kumpara sa tao. So as of August 2017, it is estimated class that a million of Filipino BPO employees are affected and lose their jobs with the adoption of artificial intelligence. Okay, now let's proceed to this question. What does this mean for human beings who can be replaced by machines? So, what do you mean by this? Butad, General Gay.
What does this mean for human beings who can be replaced by machines?
Mm,
So what this unemployment means?
yes.
Of course, we believe that we are moving towards advancement of technology. Humans, although giving the has something na control na to investment sa access to nila to different advantages na unemployment we can add like sa atong livelihood.
Mm,
Also, we see the continuous of technology. We also see
okay, so thank you so much, Miss Butad. So it means class that humans are not enough. So what does this mean for human beings who can be replaced by machines? So it means humans are not enough. It seems that their efforts or our efforts and capability of doing tasks were limited and usually subjected to errors, okay, sa mga sayop. So that's why the invention of AI class would be somehow replacing humans for more progressive, productive, and efficient working industry. So mao na ang purpose nganong kitang mga tao replaceable ta og machine. So is the value of the person inversely proportional to that of a machine exhibiting artificial intelligence? So speaking of speaking of a value and worth, it is inversely proportional class because we human have life and dignity compared to the robots which don't have. We are more worthy to be respected class than the AIs because we have lives and we have human rights. We are more worthy to be valued because we strive for a living and we strive for progress. Though we are not that efficient and more capable than that of AI, so dili kay ta efficient o capable din kumpara sa AI, but our value as human beings uh, are not worth comparable as with them. So kini ato ang dignidad kas dili jud siya basta-basta ma-compare sa ilaha. So we are more valuable than the AIs. So machines and robots approach having like human-like nature. Humans may also have the tendency to become machine-like. So what do you mean by that? Uh, Jason, opinion. Okay, so thank you so much, Jason. So, this phrase class means that ang mga machines or ang robots daw is nagkaanam nagka-modern ta, they acted like humans. While kitang mga tao, as long as nagdagan ang panahon, nagkadugay, mura na tag robots because of our kanang reliant so much on the use of technology. Yung katong giingon ni Jason nga kanang dili na nakibaw mo analyze, dili na nakibaw mo hunahuna because of a single click of our fingertips sa to ang mga tasatag sa ka-gadgets, sa to ang cellphones, simple nga pangutana, i-google pa jud. So we are making our brains paralyzed plus we are making our brains incapable of rationalizing or analyzing um, some thoughts in which kita ramang humans ang capable ana. So because of technology, because of the massive usage of technology class, we became robots and robots became like human. Okay? So why does the future does not need us? So ato na siyang gi-answer. So, according to Bill Joy Class, the chief scientist of Sun Microsystem, so why does the future does not need us? Because according to him, the most compelling 21st technologies, namely genetics, nanotechs, and robotics are threatening to make humans an endangered species. So, the possible extinction of the human species class may largely come about due to the unreflective and unquestioning acceptance of this new technology by humans. Okay, so Bill Joy wanted to emphasize that these technologies will make man extinct organisms and cannot have the chance to see the future. So, iyang gi-emphasize nga kini si genetics, si nanotechnology ug si robotics mao daw ni siya ang unsa man mao ni siya ang mo patay o mo destroy sa humanity and enable man or enable humanity to see the future. Okay? So let's start discussing first about the robotics or unsa jud ni siyang robotics. Okay, so robotics class is the intersection of science and engineering and technology that produces machines called robots that substitute for or replicate human actions. So these are the advantages of robots. First, we have the safety. So safety is the most obvious advantage of utilizing robotics. Speed, so robots don't get distracted or need to take breaks. So they are efficient invention. Consistency, robots never need to divide their attention between a multitude of things. So they are consistent to the task where they are programmed to. Then we have perfection. So they are accurate and precise. Happier employees. So they are programmed with positive vibes and emotion, job creation, and productivity. And robots also have this disadvantages. So first, so they lead humans to lose their jobs. So katato ang dimension ganina nga unemployment. They need constant power, so they need electricity inside their body or the machine needs electricity. Then they restricted to their programming. So mabuhat ra nila ang mga buta nga naka-program sa ilaha class. Then they perform relatively few work. So it depends to the format on how they are being programmed. Unsa nga mga task ang ilahang pwede i-perform. Then they have no emotions. So they cannot initiate emotion class except artificial emotions that is being programmed to them. Then they impact human interaction. So wala sila ang mabuhat sa mga human activities, sila ang makapatapulan sa tao class. Then they require expertise to set them up. So they require to be installed and set up by a roboticist. Then lastly, they are expensive to install and run. So may kamahalan din sila class. So kini siya is the example of a robot, si Sophia the robot. Okay, so Sophia is capable of communication, track faces, maintain eye contact, and recognize people. So she is designed to get smarter over time. So I know nga familiar mo ani niya. Then we have genetics class. So genetics, arouse out of the identification of genes, the fundamental units responsible for heredity. Genetics may be defined as the study of genes at all levels. So we have the advantages of genetics. So first, tackling and defeating diseases, getting rid of all illnesses in young and unborn children, potential to live longer, produce new food, organisms can be tailor-made, faster growth in animals and plants, and peace and diseases resistance. Then the advantages are it would change how we would need to approach population control, since we know and we are aware that nanay mga inverter fertilization and insemination. There will be ethical questions to consider also with that. Then it would create different societal classes around the world. And lastly, it would reduce the amount of genetic diversity in the world. So, genetic engineering. So, si genetic engineering class is the application of genetics, no, with the use of technology. Okay. So, these are the example of the product of genetic engineering. So, this one is genetically engineered mouse. So, gimodified niya siya with the um, ingredients, additional ingredients, and composition of different DNAs. So, this mouse is a fruit or a product of mutation. Okay. So now let's go on to the nanotechnology. So what do you mean by nanotechnology, class? So nanotechnology refers to the branch of science and engineering devoted to designing and using structures, devices, and systems by manipulating atoms and molecules at nanoscale. So mayroon tag nanoscale, so pinakagamay na jud kay ay gamay na jud kay na siya, class. So murag na siya sa ika ninth level of kanang kuan, kanang sizes of an atom. Then we have nanotechnology advantages, where it offers the potential for new and faster kinds of computers, more efficient power sources, and life-saving medical treatments. Then, their potential disadvantages, class, include economic disruption and possible threats to security, privacy, health, and the environment. So, this one is the example of a product of nanotechnology. So, these are the nanorobots. Okay? So, nanorobots class are kanang nanorobots in my biomedical application. So, naana sa mga tambal class. So, these nanorobots is termed for molecules with a unique property that enables them to be programmed to carry out a specific task. Okay? So, these nanobots or nanorobots are programmed to fight diseases present in our body. Okay, they work and circulated in our bloodstream, and they were controlled and monitored by a medical expert. So sa mga first world country, they already have these nanobots sa ilang mga medicines. So di ba ato ang white blood cells ang mo fight as our agent to fight diseases, but then these nanobots also will fight diseases, no, kanang mga unknown sa ato ang white blood cells. So they are supporting our white blood cells to fight diseases. So inana na siya ka high tech class nga turukan ta og kanang tambal nga nanay mga nanobots. So that's it. That's about nanotechnology. So human nature may be corrupted when the powers of our mind, our rationality, and our science and technology become manifest. That this is according to Bill Joy. Okay, so if we are not able to rein in the vanity and arrogance that such powers unleash, then we are on the way to destroying the world. So that's the message of kanang kuan class of Bill Joy. So human nature class is corrupted. Okay, corrupted when we are not able to control our manifestation on the applications of science and technology. We became blinded in all our inventions and has come to the point when we let these inventions beyond our control. In such circumstances, we are deluded by their powers and always neglected the call for change for the good of humanity. As consequences, class, of tolerating the uncontrollable usage of technology, the destruction of our world is already at hand. So we should be responsible users of technology before it's too late. Okay. So since we don't have enough time na class, so is technology a rights of human or a human rights? I need mga two answers on this. Okay, may I call on Wendelin? How about uh, Gamboa Catherine?
Right, sir?
So is technology a rights of human or a human rights?
I think technology is a right of humans, sir, since we are the one na kanang na ay kanang bitaw natay access or like natay kanang kita mo makamandar bitaw sa technology, sir, but kita ang murag user, sir, ba, so therefore, sir, I think that technology is a right of human.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Gamboa. How about you, Butad, Channel Gay?
Lapit beto, sir.
Ah, yes, Labis. I thought wala ka, Miss.
Ako to ganina si
Ikaw to? Ayun ako si Kanto, Miss Gamboa. Oh, yes, Miss Butad, Channel Gay.
For me, sir, I think technology is right of human because I don't think ma-include siya as human rights because having technology is really that fundamental for us to live a good life originally. But because ito ni Mia karon, it seems like it can improve and provide us a good life. But however, it is only like a choice to have that, a right to have technology. That's all.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Labis and Miss Butad. So, for me, class, technology become a rights of man because we invented these things and possess it our own to be used for goodness, to be integrated and utilized for our daily activities. So, so these are technologies. So these things support our endeavors and provide us convenient and comforts from the complexity of our individual lives. Somehow, it somehow becomes a human rights for me if it is being used in ethical and moral way. If its application class is intended for respecting and valuing human dignity. Okay? So according pa ni Martin Heidegger nga matawag na to siya human activity. So it resembles somehow na ang technology pwede po dyan mahimong a human rights, not just a human activity but a human rights. Okay, so before I will end this discussion, I will end to you the quotation of Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay, so according to him, the wasteland grows, woe unto him who harbors the wasteland within. Okay, so do you have any clarifications, class, and questions? Okay, so ako lang i-clarify, class, ha, ang kuanday ang inyong activities, no? So kindly pass na, class, kay kami sad as graduating students kay naginahin na pud mig record sa inyong kuan, sa inyong mga scores. And Miss Salondagit, regarding sa imong exam, I will try to inform Ma'am Lynn no when ka mo take sa imong exam. Okay? So, ay lang kabala ka kay makatake ra jud ka sa imong exam. Kay di mahimo nga dili sad. So, since wala na mo clarifications and questions regarding our discussion for today, so let's call it a day, class. I hope you have learned something out of today's discussion, and thank you for your active participation and in listening to my discussion, class. So until next time, once again, thank you and goodbye, class.